Hey YouTube, Petey Twofinger with the Norelco One Blade. I hate shaving. I went through disposable razors, Gillette razors like the Mach 3 that had the cartridges that you replace. Those were expensive and they would make my skin burn and then itch and I would break out in an acne rash. I tried the rotary razor and a mesh type razor and those worked okay as long as I didn't grow my hair out. If I grew my hair out, I would have to use a regular razor again. And then those razors, the rotary razors would kind of cut my hair, but they would leave stubble, and then it would burn. So shaving for me was always a huge pain in the butt. And for a while, I found some cheap imitation knockoff cartridge refills for the Gillette Mach 3, and they were like you get six of them for $1.09, like a great deal. And they were pretty good. They weren't as good as the Gillette ones, but they weren't that real junky razor like you get when you go to Walmart or the dollar store and you buy that like 4 pack of triple blade razors and you use it once and it cuts you all up. And the next time you go to use it, it's so dull. It just feels like it's ripping the hair out. I always thought maybe I was doing something wrong. I tried drying those blades off and storing them with the plastic protective cover, but no, you get what you pay for. And I'm too dumb to try Dollar Shave Club. So at one point I was like, stop the insanity, like around 2016. And I looked it up and this was real popular. People were saying like this was the Jesus Christ of men's personal grooming. It'll shave your nose hair. It'll shave your ear hair. It'll shave your whatever hair. And I noticed that they didn't market it as a wet shave, even though in the instructions it said you could use it with shaving cream. So for the first month, I was just dry shaving, and I loved it. Now, when you would get it really grown out in here, you get some of that angle hair. I've got fine hair. I'm Swedish, which means like blonde hair, and it's thin. I don't really grow a beard very well. And I'm not saying that because being Swedish is better. No, it's not. Trust me, those people are psychos. Talk about closed-minded. Think you know it all. The worst. Mexican people, by the time you're in like third grade, you got a full grown beard. So it's different with this stuff. And like, what I'll say is this hair down in here, you'd have to go over it a few times to get that all when you were dry shaving it. Now, then after about a month of owning the device, I tried using shaving cream, and that's the way to go. You put the shaving cream on there and you go over at a medium speed rate, kind of mowing the lawn one after another, and it gets it all. It takes everything that I got off. And there's no double cutting, no go, because that's when it gets irritated. Now, I have never cut myself. I've never broken out in a acne rash, and I've never got any burning after using this. But it doesn't quite cut as close as using a razor. It's not to say that it's stubbly like when you use a rotary, like those old rotary ones. I had some expensive ones, those like a mesh top one that was a different thing, and they would work for a little bit when they were new, and then right away those blades would get dull and they would irritate your skin. You'd break out in little whitehead pimples, nasty, and then you would look at the replacement, the head unit for it with the new blades in it, and they were like almost as much as the razor, like $55 for this repair. So forget those electric razors. Forget those. For a while I was like I had like Gillette Mach 3, and then I had a pair of, one was rotary and one was like a mesh head, and I would like, depending on how long it was just like a whole ordeal. And then like in 2016, I looked up and there was all these reviews about this, like this was really great. It's got the power button here, 18650 lithium ion rechargeable, so it comes with a little power supply with like a rubbery cord, which is great. You plug that in, charges it, no nonsense charging. It's a smart charger thing. The head has a detachment here. You pop this up, hit that, and this head comes off. And my particular unit, it came with a 1mm, 3mm, 5mm extension guard. If you want to get that, like Don Johnson, like like beard trimming, is what that's for. Now, if you look closely at the cutting surface, you can see on mine there's a rectangle, and that rectangle is not there when you first buy the unit. That rectangle is there to let me know, hey buddy, You've used this for a year and a month. It's wearing out and it's getting dull. Now it's time to replace it. So when you get them, they're kind of just chrome looking or whatever, and then that box, that green box, starts to appear as a service to you to let you know it's time to replace the blade. The only downsides about this are, number one, you got to recharge it, which I'm pretty good about that. I don't drain it and then have to 16-hour charge. I use it, I charge it. I use it, I charge it. So it's always at that, it's like full coming down, and that's really good for the battery, in my opinion. Now, the other downside is that it doesn't shave quite as close as a razor, but the good side to that is when you use it, you don't get that burn, it doesn't itch, and you don't get that acne rash. So forget that super close shave. And like I said, if you use shaving cream, it does shave closer than if you don't. So I think they should have marketed it like you can use it dry, but you should use it with the shaving cream. I think maybe that would alienate some people that are using electric razors. Like, I don't have to use shave. Why would you need shave? You know, it's a whole other expense. Well, me, I use it because it makes the act going through the process quicker, and it makes it's like going in there dry, like up against that hair. You know, it's more like kind of irritating, and it doesn't like glide on there. With the shaving cream, it's much more sensual. Forgive me for saying that gay word, but it is. It just feels good as opposed to doing it dry. And then you get a better shave. So this is an awesome product. Yeah, the blade replacement blades are $15 or whatever. You know, you can get a 3-pack and get a deal on them. Whatever their cost, they're not cheap. But as far as shaving goes, it isn't cheap. And as far as this, it is cheap. It's only $35 for the head unit, and it comes with a free blade. And the replacement blades aren't that much considering how long they'll last you. Now, of course, if you're Sasquatch, if you're ZZ Top, you know, and you're using it every day and you got this big, thick, wiry hair, it's not going to last you 4 months like it says in the instructions. It's going to be like 2 or 3 months. But if you're like me and you let the hair grow out and then shave, you're only shaving once a week or something like that, it'll last you a good year and a couple months. So just keep an eye on that box to appear. They'll kind of know. Make sure that you charge it up and you're good to go. So if you don't have one of these, put this on your Christmas list. It's better than saying, hey, I want that double King Diamond live album. Send your grandma out to Record Town, or some, you know, blue steel coated bass strings from, you know, your Auntie Betty. Let them know they'd be happy to get you this. Phillips Norelco One Blade is the best men's shaver that I'm aware of. And if you have one of these and you've never tried it with shaving cream, you know who to thank. So let me know. That's what the comment section is for. And hey, I'm not closed-minded, like I'm arrived, I know everything. If you know of a device that's comparable or better to this, I'm all ears. That's what the comment section's for. I did a demo. Should I even talk about this? I got 12 thumbs down on this demo, which I didn't talk on it. I just played. It's a song I wrote when I was 21 years old. A love song I wrote for my wife. It's a beautiful song. I got a dozen thumbs down. So what did that tell me? Well, am I going to get upset about that, or are you going to realize like this piece of video is flawless? I don't speak in it. It comes on. I give a flawless performance on it. It sounds good. The quality is good. So what is that going to tell me? Haters going to hate. They don't call me Petey Twofinger for nothing. You know, I really did lose my fingertips on a lawnmower. And if that's going to make you hate on me, well, you need to have a sit down. You need to think about why you're clicking the thumbs down button. Because as far as I'm aware, that's about as good as it gets when it comes to music, is what's in that video. Maybe there's 12 people out there that are aware of another level of musicianship that I'm not aware of. I would love to see what that is. So if you're out there and you thumb down my video as soon as it comes on, and you were one of those people that thumbed that video down, please make a music video enlightening me. as far as what you're able to produce. I would love to see that. And as far as this thing goes, what a great product. I'm not making anything off of this. I just figured, it makes for an interesting video. Something like this that I run into that lightens my life as much as this product has, I'm going to want to share it. And that's just the type of person I am, and I think we all should be like that. Anyway, you guys, thanks for the thumbs down, and peace.